One time, I did meet a client. I took the call, I went to the job, I met with the client, I gave them a contract, and then 2 weeks later, I showed up to do the work, and the guy was surprised that I showed up to do the work. He thought that Girls and Tools was just, connection to do for like, he thought my husband was gonna show up to do the work. He didn't realize that. He said, oh, you're actually gonna do the work. I said, yep. You hired Girls and Tools. Here's your sign.
Welcome everybody, I'm Kamil Sarji with Gold Door Realty, and today we have Jessie here. Jessie, you want to tell us about yourself?
Sure. I run a small remodeling company called Girls and Tools. We're located in Windham County, Connecticut. We work in Windham County, Connecticut, and a little bit over the border into Rhode Island. Registered in Rhode Island and licensed in Connecticut.
Awesome. Yeah, very exciting. So this is just 2 minutes, and it's basically 2 minutes of random questions, and then we go into the real estate industry.
Sounds good.
Cool. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I got my timer here. It's handy dandy. Okay.
Fancy timer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Changes colors too.
Of course.
Look at that.
Ooh, multicolored. Very nice.
Okay. All right. And go. What's your favorite type of cookie?
Oh my gosh, you start with the tough questions. My favorite type of cookie? I'm actually not a cookie person, but I guess it would have to be like a sugar cookie. I'm boring.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So if you had a Toyota Prius, what's the first thing you would do to pimp it out?
Probably change the color.
Okay.
Put some kind of pattern on it. I don't know.
Okay. So the exterior.
Exterior, yeah.
Okay. Any color in particular?
Probably something that nobody has. We'll do some kind of plaid or paisley or something.
Wow.
Something funky.
That's awesome. Okay. If you were really hungry, right, and it was vegetables is all you had, what would you eat out of these two? Green pepper or radish?
Radish.
Radish. Oh my God. I hear you. Radish. Awesome.
I love radishes.
Okay. So let's say zombie apocalypse happened.
Oh no.
Okay. What power tool and non-power tool would you use, or would you pick as your weapon?
Zombie apocalypse. Let's see. I guess probably a grinder for a power tool, and then non-power tool, flashlight.
Okay. All right. So if let's say you wake up and aliens landed.
Oh wow.
And the door opens, and a cute little koala bear comes out, and the koala bear comes to you and says, "Can you show me your world for one day?" What's the first thing you would take that koala out to go see in the world?
Are we up?
No, you could.
The first thing that I would take the koala out to see in the world, I guess I would take them to, I don't know, a really pretty forest, something that it might like to see.
Yeah. Except unfortunately, the koala eats the leaves and dies because they're not used to.
Okay, yes. All right, I messed up on that one.
So.
Poor koala. Started World War III in accident.
I know. Now they're all pissed off. They're gonna come here and like kill humanity.
Oh no.
Those koalas. All right. Wow. Then we go into another story about koalas. Then koalas on Earth are gonna be what protects us from these alien. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways.
You have to write a whole book.
So Jessie, I'm super excited to have you here because you have a really, really unique business. Girls and Tools.
Yes, that's us.
Oh my God. So I'm really curious, like, how did you first start? Well, actually, let's go back in time. When did you start like doing home improvement and that type of work?
So I started, I was like 20. So I had bought a rental property. My dad helped me purchase a rental property and it was really, really bad shape. So he came over every weekend and would help me fix it up. And so that's how I got into it. I got thrown into the fire, so to speak. My dad showed up and be like, okay, we're gonna do electrical. I'm like, okay. You're gonna do plumbing. Okay. We're gonna do hardwood floors. All right. And I just ended up loving it. So I started, in my early 20s, and then I would do work for friends and family. And I bought a couple other houses, got some other rental properties. And then I quit my day job in 2010 and started Girls and Tools. And we've been kind of going from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then a year and a half ago, or just about 2 years ago, we started scaling. So I got my first office manager and an office, and now we have a showroom in Danielson. So we just opened up like a month and a half ago.
So what's in the showroom?
So we're not finished. We're like half finished. We have a lot of displays that kind of can show clients all the different kinds of things that we do. So we have a decking display with all kinds of different railings and different colored decking options. We have a hardwood flooring display that shows different kinds of stair treads and different colors and different spindles and balusters and railings. And then we have several tile displays. So it shows all kinds of different kinds of options for walk-in tiled showers, or tiled shower surrounds, or flooring, and a couple different, there's shower doors. And then we have an accessibility area as well that shows off different kinds of grab bars, different kinds of shower seats. We have heated tile flooring, a little display that people can put their hands on, and we have an anti-slip display as well. So people can see that there's actually products out there you can apply to tile that make them anti-skid.
And all this fits in your place?
Yeah, it's not big. I think we're like, it's like 1,200 square feet.
And still, it's not big and you can fit all those things.
We fit all those things. Yes, we did. Yeah. And we still have 2 areas that we have yet to get up and running. And we do have 2 kitchenette displays as well. Our kitchen cabinet display is not up and running, and our tile backsplash display is not there yet, and our flooring our full tile displays are not there, but we are working on it. So we have a nice corner section that says coming soon.
Wow. Yeah, I'm always interested because I love process and simplifying process. How'd you guys decide or come up? You were brainstorming things to build in as far as samples and.
So basically I was trying to think of all the things that we've had clients want from us and also the different price points, because we are in the poorest area in Connecticut, on Windham County. So we do high-end jobs and we do a lot of low-end jobs and a lot of middle ones in between. So I was trying to make sure that the showroom kind of encompassed all of that. So somebody could come in and they want to see a marble tile display. We have a corner shower, beautiful marble display with a $2,000, beautiful half-inch glass door, all high-end fixtures, gorgeous. We also have the $600 Lowe's, walk-in shower with the $400 sliding doors. So we tried to make sure that we had options for different price points for all the clients that we normally, service.
Awesome. So in the beginning, how many people were helping you?
So in the beginning, it was just me. And then I had on and off through a couple years, I had some workers that would work with me for, 6 months to a year. And then really I decided I was getting too busy, and I had 2 kids. I had my first kid and I needed help. So I ended up getting through Reba. Ron helps me like a business mentor. So he helped me kind of Score. Yeah.
Okay.
Score.
Score.
Yeah. Yeah. So he helped me kind of formulate a plan to figure out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, how I could grow, what options I could, what I wanted to start with. And so I started with, okay, I need an office. Let's get an office. And I was like, all right, let me get an office manager. So at least I can take that portion of my job off of me and I can concentrate just on me, with one of my other workers. And then let's get another worker. And then let's get another worker, and then,
wow.
Like I said, last year we ended up expanding quite a bit. We got, trucks and trailers on the road. We ended up, like I said, we ended up hiring a marketing company. We're in the middle of a rebranding. So I know, exciting. So we're rebranding. We have the new logos and everything all set, but we still have to get the new shirts and signage for all the trucks and stuff like that. That's not been done yet. And the website's not officially up and running, but we have it mostly up and running. Yeah. And our brochures are 3/4 of the way made. So we're getting there. I think it's going to be, it'll be another couple months before we're really rebranded completely. But we did, like I said, we did the soft opening with the Chamber of Commerce a half ago. So that was
awesome.
A little ribbon cutting in the middle of a torrential downpour. The skies opened up and it was insane. And there's a tornado, one, our microburst, what do they call them? 2 towns over from us.
That's good luck.
Okay, well then we had great luck that day then, because it was sideways rain. We couldn't even go outside. It was I'd rushed to make sure that we had the sign up front, and then we all ended up being inside. But it was good. It was a good was good fun.
This is a weird question, but which employee or which role would you say helped bump your business up, take it to the next level?
Oh, which role? I would say definitely getting an office manager. She definitely, between the two of us, we really worked well together and was able to kind of correlate a plan, and a lot of the busy work, a lot of the paperwork, a lot of the emails, a lot of that back and forth stuff that was keeping me from, doing other things or from being able to think about expanding or from, be able to hire people. I wasn't able to get to, so it was once I had her, I was able to kind of focus more, and that was really what helped.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that's just pivotal, making sure that you have good help. Somebody answer the phones.
And what point in your business did you realize, okay, I got to get someone?
Pretty much right after I had my baby, I realized that my first one, she's almost 5 now, but right after I had her, I was like, this is a lot. I am full-time mom, and then COVID hit when she was 6 months old, and workers and in and out of people's homes and trying to answer the phone and emails. And like, it was just, I was like, all right, I need to hire somebody. So I hired somebody. I hired my first worker and then hired several more after that. I still have one from the early days. So one of my guys has been with me for several years.
So as far as finding the right person to work with, would you say the exact same personality is best or someone who thinks differently?
No, you definitely want a mixture of people in this business. Some of the workers are incredibly visual and they can take a project and, take it apart in their head and put it back together and figure a solution. And other workers are very, they need to see exactly what they're doing. And it kind of works well with clients as well, because some clients are more visual than others.
Yeah.
That was kind of where the showroom came in to bake it. So, before then I was sketching out tile options and designs on pieces of paper, which is hard to see, you can't really give them different colors or options, or you're showing them different things, but they don't know what it looks like in an actual, like in person. And when your, grout changes the way that a tile looks as well. So you can have the same exact tile, you can try it 3 different colored grouts and it looks like completely different. So we're trying to, visual.
Yeah. Wow. So also another question I had is, as far as you said Connecticut and Rhode Island, what percentage would you say of work that you do in each state?
So we do a majority of work in Connecticut. So we usually do just a couple jobs a year in Rhode Island. We're actually on one right now in Chepachet, but the plan is to branch into Rhode Island, but I would like to hire some workers that work in Rhode Island. So it makes it easier for payroll versus our guys that are in Connecticut, then they work in Mass or work in Rhode Island, then we have to change, their payroll's different, their taxes are different, and then at the end of the year it kind of gets to be a pain. So we'd like to branch into Rhode Island, but we want to hire workers for us through Rhode Island that work in Rhode Island.
Why don't these guys make it easy for everybody to do business?
Because that would be a simple solution, and we're definitely not for that.
It's like, goodness.
Yeah.
Give me more work. And
Yes.
now I got to think more, besides running my business, on how to work with different states.
Yeah, I think we're just not small business friendly is really, that's my personal opinion. I feel like we're just really not small business friendly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you had 100 employees and you had someone dedicated to do that,
That's different.
wouldn't.
That would not be a problem. But when you're under, I think realistically for under 50 employees, the rules and regulations are hard to, it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork. And it's a lot of finding out what you don't know after the fact. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So if I were to design something or design a government, one of the things that I would do is say, all right, small businesses, less craziness and less rules that you guys have to follow. But the big guys, you guys have to.
Yeah. They should cut us a little slack.
Would you vote for me?
I would vote for you, yes.
Okay. All right. Awesome. That's cool that you have a place that people can come in and check out different samples or different ways of how to do their deck. What type of work do you guys do?
So our main work is interior. We do interior and exterior remodeling, but we don't do new builds. So we won't build a whole brand new house. We will do a small addition, and we do a lot of accessibility, or taking a bedroom on a first floor and turning into an ensuite with a bathroom for age in place clients. We do a lot for age in place clients. Yeah, but we do bathrooms, we do kitchens, we do a lot of flooring, we do painting, windows, doors. So pretty much everything. We don't touch roofs, but everything else.
And then plumbing and electrical, you subcontract?
We do sub out, for plumbing and electrical. The goal is hopefully within the next couple of years to hire in-house for that. But right now we have a great couple electricians and a great couple of plumbers that we've been using forever. And so we just give them the work as the jobs come in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to find them, but
when you have a good one, you keep them. So we keep ours.
That's right. Yeah. You have to have a good relationship and trust between both.
Yes.
All right. So this is the tougher side, because majority of handy person people. Have you sensed any type of sexism running your business?
Yes and no. So when I first started, I think I got a lot more pushback than I do now. I've been established. I've been in business for 14 years. I've been in the area. Everybody knows me. So I don't really see it, And I think I was probably a lot more sensitive to it when I was younger. There's still that stigmatism, I guess, right? Where it's a male-dominated industry, which it is. And there aren't very many of women-owned construction companies out there. But it's been fine. I haven't really had any major issues. And I think part of that comes from the fact that I did name my company Girls and Tools. So I probably was able to filter out a good portion of the people that didn't want to hire women from that. But I do have to say that one time I did meet a client. I took the call. I went to the job. I met with the client. I gave them a contract. And then 2 weeks later, I showed up to do the work. And the guy was surprised that I showed up to do the work. He thought that Girls and Tools was just, connection to do for he thought my husband was going to show up to do the work. He didn't realize that. He's like, oh, you're actually going to do the work. I said, yep. You hired Girls and Tools. Here's your sign. But that was the only time that somebody was shocked and surprised that they had called Girls and Tools and that girls showed up to do the work. Everybody else has understood that that was what's going to happen. But we are an equal opportunity employer, and actually we have half and half. So we've got half girls and half guys right now.
Awesome. So going to homes, and you're the one who goes out and gives the quotes.
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you find that in a couple, the wife is usually the one who makes a decision?
That is usually what happens, yes. Because even if the husband is the one who's making the decisions, behind the scenes, the wife is the one that's making the actual decisions. The husband might act or ask a lot of the questions, but usually we end up getting passed off to the wife. We usually end up, when we're sending off shopping lists, it's the wife that's responding. When we're making design changes, it's the wife that's responding. So yeah, usually we work for the women.
So now, next part of that question is, do you think women trust you?
Yes. I should hope so. And that's why they hire us.
So it gives you the leg up, because you're going into these homes and the wives are the ones who make the decision, and boom, you got the job.
Yep. We win a lot of jobs that way.
Do you?
Yeah. Or we win a lot of jobs too because they've gone through their whole life hiring male contractors. And so we do get a good portion of jobs where they're like, we don't like how any of them are run, so we're going to hire you. So it works.
Awesome. Is it handy lady, handy woman, handy gal? What do you say?
So we usually don't use those terminologies at all.
Yeah.
Usually we just say, we're sending a contractor out. And so it is what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because really it shouldn't be gender, orientated. It doesn't really matter. It's
Okay.
You want to hire somebody to do your work, we're going to hire somebody to do your work.
Yeah, contractor. Okay, that's
contractor,
cool.
yep.
Yeah, because handyman is the word.
It is the word, and we use handy woman. I feel like that's not really, and we don't do a ton of handyman stuff anyways. Most of the stuff we're doing is
What is
remodeling.
handyman stuff?
Well, handyman stuff is hanging pictures or...
Pictures?
Hanging pictures. Yep, hanging pictures, frame pictures. Yep, hanging that kind of stuff. Or taking care of, maybe you've got a latch that's broken on a window, or you want shades hung up, or the small little jobs. You've got a faucet that's leaking. That's handyman.
Okay,
small,
I'm never going to call a
things.
handyman because, my work is, I need window put in.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to hire somebody who, you're going to hire a contractor. Yeah, you're going to hire a contractor. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I love your whole the business and so as far as the marketing perspective, when you first started, I know you hired a marketing company.
Yes.
What was that like in the beginning? What was your strategy? And then before we get into that, what's your niche here, niche market?
So niche market, our favorite is bathrooms. So that's really our go-to, and that's where most of our displays are. We really like bathrooms, and then we have a couple of our guys that love doing decks, and windows and doors. But yeah, our bathrooms are usually our go-to.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so now the marketing, how that whole thing, and how did you come up with the name and all this? This is exciting.
I know. Well, so I didn't want to have issues with, with clients. And so that's why I was I want to make sure that people know that they're hiring a girl. And so that was how I came up with Girls and Tools. And that was it. I tried a bunch of different names, and that was the one that I was you know what? I like that one. It tells them who I am. I'm done. So I picked it up relatively fast. Once I decided to start the business, I was pretty much had picked a name within a couple days, and then I just kind of went with it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Did you look and see if anyone else in the country has the same type of name?
I did at the time, so there wasn't anything. There probably is now. We just went through, registered and trademarks. So we're all set now for that, but we weren't for a while registered or trademarked. So we are now, or about to be. But no, I didn't really. I think we looked to make sure, my husband helped me set up the domain and made sure that that name wasn't taken, and made sure we could get an email, all those items that have to be done, along with the business. And once we registered it and filled out the home improvement, contractor forms and stuff, it was a done deal.
So how did you market in the beginning?
So in the beginning, I was using a local paper and word of mouth. And then we did yard signs for a long time. But then I was really, because I was working by myself where I just had one helper, I was busy enough where I only, when I wanted more work, I did some more advertising, and otherwise I stayed pretty constant. And so I wasn't really worried about it. So I didn't really look at marketing as a tool until really a couple of years ago when we really decided to be like, kind of try to focus. And even now we're trying to focus more with a marketing company. We want to try to really, push bathrooms, push the accessibility portion of the part of jobs that we want to do, and really kind of niche ourselves in, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of refocus. So that's our goal for the next year or so, is to kind of really refocus.
You know how my dad finds contractors? He's a genius. I love it.
What does he do?
He drives down around the neighborhood
Oh, no.
seeing people on ladders and stuff, and then he pulls over. Hey, you, the one that's working, doing, on the ladder or whatever you're doing. Stop what you're doing and come here and talk to me. And then he's like, hey, I have this job at my house. Can you do that? Can you look at it? They're like, yeah, sure, I'll look at it. And gives them the phone number and they come look at it. So that's how he does.
How's that? So he finds a real local. He doesn't bother with anything. No reviews online, no nothing. Okay.
It's amazing. Like, he's
it's
so
worked
resourceful.
well for him though?
Yeah, he's so resourceful. Like, it's crazy. Like, because I had multifamilies in Woonsocket, and he would, I need someone to do this, and he disappear for a little bit, and he brings some random dude, and he's like, oh yeah, I could do that for you.
I guess no need to make an appointment or wait around for somebody to call you back. You just go fetch them, is what your dad did.
Right.
That's great.
Right. That's awesome. So do you get business like that? Like someone pulling up and saying, hey, you...
We do. So usually it's in a cul-de-sac though. Usually there's a reason for it, not like we're working on a random street and some neighbor comes over. Usually it's like in a cul-de-sac where we would have a neighbor that comes over and is like, hey, I have some work that needs to be done too. And then usually my guys or girls, they'll call the office and then they'll set something up with me so I'll go out and take a look at it.
Awesome. Wow, that's really cool. So you said about trademarking and everything. What's your hidden agenda here? What are you trying to do?
I don't have a hidden agenda.
No. Have you thought about like franchising and going?
I have not. No,
Okay.
no.
Sorry.
We're trying to we're trying to keep, my goal right now is I think we're at 7 or 8 workers now, and I'm would like to get to like 10 or 12 because I think that would be good because then we could have a CFO and a receptionist and, a couple project managers. And I want to keep whatever we do, I want to keep it sustainable. I want to be able to stay in business. So I don't want to grow too big too fast. I want to kind of plateau for a bit.
You don't get emergency calls like, oh, the roof is downpour, like there's a hole in my ceiling.
No, and if we do, we don't really work on an emergency basis. So unless we were on a job site where we were physically doing the work, and if there was an emergency, like obviously that would be handled like right away. But otherwise we would just funnel clients to the proper channels. So if they had a roof leak, we would send them to the top 3 people that we know in the area, or if their door blew off their house, we'd be like, okay, here, try these handyman, or they might have room for it. But otherwise, no, we're scheduled and we're usually pretty booked. So we don't have time to really deal with emergency situations at all. And our guys only work, our girls and guys, we only work Monday through Friday. So we don't work weekends or nights, and that's usually when the emergencies happen. So
yeah, God bless the people who have those types of jobs, emergency. Like, there's nothing more stressful. It's like, oh, it's emergency? I want $1,000.
Yeah.
That's for me. Like, if you want me to stop what I'm doing and my heart race, like, it's emergency.
Go try to find tools and materials at 11 o'clock at night,
I'm already like stressing out right now, like thinking about it.
Oh my, that's not for me. Not for my guys either. They wouldn't handle it so well, so no.
Smart.
Yeah,
Smart business.
No, don't want any part of that.
Monday to Friday.
Monday through Friday, I get, if they're not working, then I don't have to work, so I get my weekends off, so.
Enjoy the nights and weekends with the family.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, it is.
And you have happy workers.
Yes, I do.
And happy workers equal?
Better work.
Yeah.
And consistency. We keep our guys, obviously, they stay for years, so they like what we're offering.
Yeah. Yeah, when they sense that, they will fight for you. They'll like...
Stability.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I had another question. This is kind of weird. Not weird. Nothing's weird. Everything is normal. It probably happens. You have workers going in to do stuff, and then neighbor pops in and says, hey, you guys do this stuff. And then off the books, they do it.
So we have not run into that.
That you know of.
That I know
of.
I'm sure that it does happen, but I would hope our guys, understand that like they're, during the hours that we're paying them, like they're supposed to be on our job sites, but like what they do after hours, like we have no control over that. So, but it isn't my company that's doing that work. So they're not covered by workman's comp after hours. They're not covered by liability insurance. They're not covered by a contract. contract. So if you do pull one of my workers off a job site to have them go do work, like that's on you. It has nothing to do with me, but who knows? You know, I'm sure it's happened. I'm not aware of it happening. You know, we try to keep our guys busy enough during the day where they're probably too tired to go do some stuff.
Yeah.
But that's their call.
Because there's plenty of plumbers that work for, the master plumber, but nights and weekends they're doing work left and right.
Yep. So if they're covered under their own insurance, then that's fine. But homeowners have to be aware that that's not how that works. Like, so if it's not a job run through the business, just because you pulled an employee doesn't mean that you're covered. You're not covered at all. So if that worker gets hurt on that job site or they mess something up, like we're not liable at all. You just pulled some dude off a job site. Has nothing to do with, so.
Yeah. And you're not liable, like
I'm not liable.
they
for
need
that.
to understand
No,
that going through this
no,
whole
not
thing.
liable at all. No.
Anything that I missed or anything else that you were assuming I was going to ask and I...
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. So how do people find you besides driving to Connecticut?
So we'll drive in Connecticut. People find us on Facebook, Instagram. They can call us. You can email us. You can text us. Yard signs. You can come see us at our showroom on Westcott Road in Danielson. You can mail us a card. Do whatever you want.
Awesome, Jessie. Thank you very much for stopping by and getting interviewed by Crazy Kamil.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
You have a great day.
Yeah, you too.